Wildfires are becoming more and more of an issue for the world, and it isn't just a myth. Studies have shown that wildfire occurrences have increased significantly over the last decade, and most of these studies are for just the United States. However, even with this information, most countries are doing seemingly nothing to try and improve the currently flawed system of response, which leads to the big wildfires that we see on the news today, rather than being put out as smaller ones. So, how can we try to improve all this? Well, let's take a deeper dive into what methods are currently used to combat wildfires and how we can improve on them. So, what do countries do to try and reduce wildfires? Well, nowadays, most countries choose to either intentionally start burning small patches of fires to make those parts of a forest immune to wildfires, aka controlled or prescribed fires, or attempt to stop it as soon as possible. Both of these solutions, however, aren't perfect, as controlled fires contribute to climate change and cause the soil to be unusable within a few years, and attempts to stop wildfires as soon as possible haven't been wildly successful, as shown by the major wildfires that have happened over the past few years, largely in part due to the natural factors like wind that are basically out of our control, and the fact that the technology to help combat these wildfires haven't been as advanced yet. This can, however, change with the right combination of different technologies, among other things. Before I continue, however, I would like to point out that the following prototype demonstration isn't as accurate as what we had in mind, as the places where we attempted to test our prototype basically had bystanders and we weren't willing to risk any type of bodily harm. Thus, please take the following prototype demonstration with a grain of salt and know that this was as close to our original idea as possible without having to risk any sort of injuries. And of course, with any type of fire-related experiment, please do not attempt this at home. So, our prototype for this drone system is fairly simple. Stations with drones and fire extinguisher balls, either filled with water or extinguisher powders, that would be set up in places where fires can be extremely common and destructive. And if fires are detected near these places, the drones would be able to autonomously fly itself towards the incident site and attempt to keep the situation under control before authorities arrive using the fire extinguisher balls. With technology being as advanced as it is nowadays, many of the wildfire defense technologies that may have once been thought impossible can now be implemented with ease using things like AI. Again, as I mentioned before, the prototype demonstration shown in today's video isn't identical to our idea, but we hope that this is an idea that could be implemented and help decrease the increasingly high wildfire rates around the world.